once you hear that glass shatter, you knew
Those-
exactly what was about to pop off.
If you wear jorts, you have aura.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's switch it up a little bit. No more football, no more baseball. Let's go to one of my favorite sports, one of AJ's favorite sports. Brian's just starting to get into it. But let's go to professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. As you can see, I have the John Cena shirt on. Um, let's name each other's or our own top 4 Mount Rushmore of professional wrestlers. This is not based off technical skill. This is not based off of just in-ring ability. This is based off everything. Who you like the most?
Yeah.
All right, AJ, do you want to name your 4?
Sure. Alrighty. This guy, when I actually think about it, I only got to watch him a little bit as a kid. But man, when he was on the screen and he was having matches, the aura he had when he was on the mic, Shawn Michaels. And when you saw him gearing up for that sweet chin music,
You knew.
there was nothing like it.
Yeah.
And now they've normalized it in wrestling. Hate it.
Yeah.
Because the super kick was awesome. So for me, Shawn Michaels just, and even what he's doing now with NXT, but just the aura he had when I was as a kid watching him singing the song, he was one of my favorites. And another one, people nowadays might know him as Drax. Nah. My guy, Batista, when he had that entrance and he was coming in, just electric. When he was fucking one of those, he was about to have a banger match. Yes, he would spinebuster you through the fucking
Matt.
the mat. And God, just what a guy for me. As a kid, all-time favorite right there. And then number 3 for me is gonna have to be John Cena. I mean, just what a guy. Poster child for WWE for what, 20 plus years now.
Yeah.
Just
Debuted in 2002.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. Nothing more to it. And when I think of him, it's that entrance in the Royal Rumble, coming back from, I think it was a torn pec or
Came back from a torn pec in 3 months.
and I
2008
mean,
Royal
It's a
Rumble.
hell of a thing.
and hey, he says he's all clean. He's clean.
I'll believe.
I'll believe my goat. So for me, number 3 is gonna be John Cena for me. And then to round out my list, I think his Joker to his Batman, give me bald Randy Orton. Man,
Minute.
when you saw him, the promos he would cut, just him drooling out of his mouth when he was seething in fucking anger. I mean, what a guy. And he's still doing it.
Yeah.
So Randy Orton is gonna round out my Mount Rushmore, and those are my 4 guys.
Right?
All right, so like you said earlier, I'll make clear I don't know Bat that well. Don't know much.
Don't know ring?
Don't know ring. I don't know ring.
Okay.
But so my Mount Rushmore, I'm like you said, I'm just gonna go off people I enjoy watching or people that really brought me into wrestling.
Sure.
I watched it a little bit when I was a kid. Perfect, or just have a backup. Right, just a little bit. So the first person I'm gonna go with is the People's Champ.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go with The Rock.
Ooh,
I just enjoyed the way The Rock was obviously younger. You want to talk about maybe arguably the best person in WWE history on the mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
he's up there.
yeah, definitely. I mean, now what he's doing now, obviously, still part of, I'd say, one of the better WrestleManias they've had in a while. With
Maybe ever.
well, maybe, but I don't know enough to say ever. So, that'll be my first one. My second one, this is obviously when I was younger. I'm gonna do Take.
Yeah.
The Undertaker.
Certainly can't.
You want to talk about? You just wanted to talk about aura.
Yeah.
Just his. I mean, I'll laugh every single time I see any sort of clip where he's laying on the ground, this fucking bell ring. He's fucking sitting up, just staring down. I'll laugh every single time. So I'm gonna do Take. I'm a little bit of conflict in my head right now because I really want to put Cena in there because I think he deserves to. But honestly, Cena was kind of not really somebody I watched all that much.
That's fun.
So, kind of contradictory with that, I guess. But just because I watched a lot of his highlights, I'm gonna agree with you with Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I love watching Shawn Michaels. He was unbelievable, but just yeah. And then the last person, maybe WWE fans might say it's a little bit of recency bias, but
Oh,
Hey,
I mean, I was saying,
OTC.
you want to talk about somebody that carried the company for quite some time through a very tough time
Through COVID, through
through
everything.
COVID,
Yeah.
where there weren't live events and all that. He carried the WWE, and although at least from what I've seen, he's not like The Rock when it comes to promos and all that. He more is like that person that will let his wrestling do the talking. But he's an unbelievable guy. And then on top of, not necessarily in the ring stuff, but on top of what he's had to deal with personally, I think it just speaks to the unbelievable wrestler he is. Yeah. So I'll go with Take, Rock, Michaels, and Roman Reigns.
That's a good list. That's a solid list.
that's a great list.
I mean,
A lot of good wrestlers, though.
all these guys that we named so far, I can't argue with.
Mhm.
Obviously, you guys know WWE has always been my thing since I was a little kid. Fell in love with it at a very young age and kind of watched throughout the years as I've grown into an adult. For me, when I think of Mount Rushmore, first guy comes to mind, my favorite wrestler of all time is Batista. I mean, probably the greatest entrance of all time. When you hear that Saliva song hit, that music hit, that pyro hit, it is electric. You get chills. I mean, prime 2007 Batista, him beating Triple H at WrestleMania 21, solidifying him as the guy, from 2005 to around 2009. Because towards the end, after 2009, he was kind of declining. He didn't want to be there, really. He didn't like the way the company was going, kind of shifting into that PG era. But I mean, as a kid, he was my, Superman.
Yeah.
Nothing could beat him. Next, I'm going to go with John Cena. He's the GOAT. I would admit he's the GOAT. Got a little stale at the end, got a little too corny. But from 2004 to 2007, the prime years of me watching WWE, he was along with Batista, he was the guy. When you thought of Raw, you thought of John Cena. When you thought of SmackDown, you thought of Batista.
Exactly.
And like Brian, a third guy is the Undertaker. I mean, guy that's been loyal to WWE since the 90s. Just when you think of the word aura, he defines the word aura.
Also part of one of maybe the best match of all time. With his cage match with
You talking about
put him through the fucking Hell in a Cell.
you talking about Mick Foley?
Yeah.
Mick Foley, yeah.
Definitely one of the most iconic matches of
That's what I
all
was
time.
saying.
I mean, and he put on, he put on
Well,
those
that's
two
about to hear
bangers
that.
at WrestleMania 25 and 26 with Shawn Michaels.
was good too.
Those were crazy. Beating Batista WrestleMania 23 for the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, seeing him hit his pose with the purple lights on him, holding the big gold belt, that's aura right there. And lastly, I'm gonna say probably top 3 best talkers, best people on the mic. I think of guys like The Rock. I think of guys, if you want to go nowadays, like LA Knight's really good on the mic. But the guy that originated it all, I think, who really glued you to the screen was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
A rattlesnake.
Oh yeah.
Stone Cold, I think,
Forgot about him.
he defined what everyone's thinking when you're at work. He had the best job in the world.
Yeah.
You got to go to work every Monday, every week, and say fuck you to your boss.
And slam beers.
Literally drink beer, assault your boss, and get to drive
one time too, right?
Get to drive giant trucks and ATVs and beer trucks, everything. He was so fun to watch as a kid. Obviously, this is going based off of he was more popular in the late 90s, early 2000s when we're probably too young to watch wrestling.
Absolutely.
But still, him making sporadic appearances when we were kids, like 2008, 2009, like those, that just shows the level of legend status that he had. Just because once you hear that glass shatter, you knew exactly what was about to pop off.
Also, maybe doing the world a favor by beating up McMahon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, and can I just say, if you wear jorts, you have aura.
Yeah. Literally.
John Cena and Stone Cold.
Look at that.
But and also you're a goat when what? I don't know how many beers were thrown to him. He only dropped like 4 in his entire career.
Oh yeah, he is.
Get him in the NFL right now.
I want him on my fantasy team.
He can catch. He can run a slant, right?
Yeah, for real.
I'm not gonna say the lie.